Okay, folks. Here we are in episode 6 of the Big Sleaze. Following on from the frustrations of last week, where we couldn't figure out where to go or what to do, and eventually found our way into the pawn shop in Kenmare Street, into Hitler's lair, by using the safe key, which doesn't really make any sense. And then discovered that we need to go to Battery Park, which is obviously how you get to the Statue of Liberty, but we don't know where we're supposed to have discovered that there is a place called Battery Park in the game. We only know that because some of us have actually been to New York, and the walkthrough said that's where we'd need to go. So I think that's what we're going to do next. But before we do, would everybody just like to say hello?
Hello.
Hiya.
Hello.
Hello, and I'm here as well.
Ah, excellent stuff. So everyone's here apart from Svandis today. Svandis is on like a mini break or something, isn't she?
She is indeed.
Excellent.
I did have an idea,
Uh-oh.
and I looked to see that I went through loads of our old videos to see if there's any clues. If you look at the batteries that we've got, they're not in any way
Oh,
sort of, I don't know.
so they mentioned Battery Park.
Yeah, that was a random thought, but
It is a random thought. Okay. Well, look.
We can look later.
So the flashlight is here. What?
I wonder whether you can even take the batteries back out.
Yeah. We can't open. No. Oops.
It feels more like a solved puzzle, doesn't it, than an item within an item.
Yeah, I don't think I can get the batteries back out again, but I'll definitely test that. Because we never looked at the batteries. We are in the car. We are at the point where we've just finished at the pawn shop. We've just actually I'm gonna show you quickly, just to remind ourselves. Let's just get out. Go north and east. Just look at it again so you can remember this. The back room wasn't the sort of thing you'd expect to find in a small place on Kenmare Street. All I could say was that whoever had done the place out was heavily into German decor. The flags and banners didn't really bother me, but I thought the swastika on the ceiling was a bit pretentious. A filing cabinet stood against one wall. Door was west. We can't seem to do anything with the filing cabinet. It's very much locked up. If we examine the banners, it says, as it turned out, one of the banners wasn't a banner, but an agenda sheet. It read, kidnap professor, force professor to perfect drug, eliminate professor, return Adolf's library books, create diversion with KK, eliminate professor's daughter, cancel the milk, return to Germany with drug. So I guess that's a clue as to what's going on. It doesn't actually direct us anywhere new. We can, though, also look at the flags. And it says, the flags were red with a black swastika in a white circle in the centre. Each one was embroidered. If found, please return to the Third Reich, P.O. Box 1, Westminster, London.
Ooh, new location.
Yeah. You just drive there. So, a bit of satire. Calling the government Nazis. But that's all we figured out to do here, isn't it?
Yeah,
The cabinet is huge, made of 7-inch steel plating, utterly padlocked. It's as though they didn't want anyone seeing inside it.
So I guess we have potentially another reason to be in the library. So whoever it is that is acting out this plan will have to go to the library to return those books.
Yes. And
But you
if-
probably need to go to Battery Park first.
Yes, yes.
But
So
Chris,
good. My initial thought was I was thinking about the books, but actually we want to catch the people that are returning the books, I guess.
true.
what happens if you do get batteries from flashlight?
Oh,
Okay.
never ready, brass seal. Its condition wasn't very inspiring.
Okay. So we can get the batteries, but we don't care.
Oops.
Hmm.
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure if the batteries had said from Battery Park that I would have still known to go there.
Have we used the cloth yet?
No.
Not yet.
But it's got copper polish on it, and as Mike pointed out, the Statue of Liberty is made of copper, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why it's green.
Hmm. Anyway, let's drive there.
But it
Okay.
might be worth having that with us when we go to the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah.
just to save some.
We've got our keys and a cloth. I might just get the gun as well, just in case. Get out. I was at Battery Park, somewhere near the southern end of State Street. Nearby and to the south was the boarding point for the ferry to Liberty Island. Let's go north up State Street. No, we can't. West, east, northwest, northeast, south. An immensely obese pigeon waddled up. I kicked it out of my way and got onto the ferry. I was on the Liberty Island ferry, an unseaworthy old tub called the Natchugnaro Taff. Fat orangutan. Backwards.
Yeah.
I leaned on the guardrail and watched the water foaming out in the ferry's wake. Elsewhere, a small bedside clock was peeping for noon. Okay, can't look at the ferry or look at the wake. Look at the rail. Nothing special. The ferry stopped abruptly. I pushed a passing old lady over the side and disembarked.
Bloody hell.
I stood by the jetty on Liberty Island. It wasn't the most spectacular jetty in the world, but what did it matter? The ferry and boarding point lay to the north, while to the east a large copper statue of a woman with a torch stood in prominence. Okay, emphasis on the copper. South, west, no, okay. Let's go east then. I found myself by the entrance to the Statue of Liberty. It was a large building. Its gaping doorway looked like some cavernous institution entrance. A paved walkway led west to the pier. Enter. I stood in the main lobby. They must have been redecorating the whole place because everything was either roped off or covered in heavy-duty dust sheets. Large doors led outside. Large doors led outside, and the first of many flights of stairs led upwards. Haha, Lucy's on the call. Hi, Lucy. Okay, so first of many flights of stairs led upwards. Look at the sheets. Remove sheets. Oops. No. I'm in dust sheet. No. Okay, let's go up.
Could you say look under sheets?
No, those things don't seem to work in this game. Look followed by preposition. Look just does a location description refresh. Okay, up. I was now at the bottom of the statue, 171 steps down, or the top of the base, 167 steps up. Depending on which way you look at these things, a small sign was affixed to the wall. Not far now, the sign lied facetiously. You can't get it. Let's go up. It is green. I found myself out on the torch, getting an excellent but sickening view of the harbour. Above, the flame provided me with something safe to hold on to, and below the steps wound back down. Vertigo was never like this. Examine torch. The whole statue was made of copper, green and corroded with some obscure compound.
I think you know what to do.
Wipe torch with cloth. Wipe cloth.
Use cloth on torch.
Hit cloth with hammer.
Rub torch. Using the cloth, I managed to wipe the grime from some of the torch. It had been worth my while because there on the copper surface was some writing.
Okay.
The writing read, "Plans in Maltese Bullfinch. Sorry to miss dinner. Don't wait up." It was signed Daddy.
The Maltese bullfinch.
Okay, right.
I guess that's another location.
What is?
The Maltese bullfinch.
Oh, I think the
Or do you
Maltese
think that's
Bullfinch
that's
is
the thing. Oh, that's the black thing. Do
it's
you
the
think?
black statuette that they were pointing at.
Yeah, it's not the Maltese falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much less impressive. That's the Maltese bullfinch.
Okay.
So where have we seen that statue?
It was
Just in
in
the
the.
photo, I think.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, it's just in the photo, isn't it, that Hitler was pointing at?
Okay.
And that statue had a sign in the background that said Kenmare Street. The photo was taken at the pawn shop in Hitler's, lair. So presumably, I mean, potentially, the Maltese Bullfinch is in that cabinet. It doesn't appear that we've actually gained a new location or a new object or anything to use in central Manhattan, though. So,
I mean, all that we've got is that Daddy calls it the Maltese bullfinch. So if at some point in the future we're presented with an option of different black birds,
true.
we know to go for the bullfinch.
I mean, the only thing that we can imagine is that this is another trigger towards completing part 2, so that when we go to part 3, stuff happens that hasn't happened so far. Let's hope. I don't think there's anywhere else to go or anything else to do up here.
No, it feels like we just go back to the mainland.
Yeah. West. on the ferry. Same deal. Okay, we're going to get in the car. Oops. Don't need the cloth.
Do we have the plane?
No,
We haven't been there yet.
we haven't been there yet. I mean, I don't think there's any other locations in this part of the game. I mean, the one location that we had was the Empire State Building. That was the other one. No, not the Empire State Building. The Statue of Liberty was one that was mentioned that we couldn't get to. We tried driving to the Statue of Liberty and we couldn't. I think maybe we were just supposed to figure out to go to Battery Park. But now let's drive to Central Manhattan. Okay. Okay. Ah. Now I'm going to have to right bit. Not 2 in here, isn't it? Okay. What do we need with us? We need bills. Anything else here that we think we need?
Nothing that's obvious at the moment, but
No.
who knows what will happen.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be any motive to throw that leg off the Empire State Building. So, I mean, it's...
No, there doesn't.
Unless you need the batteries for the aeroplane.
Well, that's a good point. Now we know we can get them out. Let's just go in.
I'd wondered something similar. We've got no idea what type of aeroplane it is.
No.
You know, it's like, is it like a tiny little sort of cardboard thing, or is it a big remote control thing that we need to power? I was wondering whether we needed to find elastic bands or something like that as well, but battery might also work.
I mean, talk about not giving you any help at all. It's not even like it says battery operated plane or anything, does it? Or motorized or anything, I think.
I don't know, can't remember.
I think it just says model airplane, doesn't
I've
it?
heard of them, yeah.
It says a model airplane, yeah. And if we examine it, nothing special. But then if we examine the librarian, it says nothing special grabbed my attention. I mean, surely the librarian is unusual. It's just gone 6 p.m. Nothing. There doesn't seem to be anything different here. The doors are locked now. Marvelous. So we can't even go into the library.
It seems like a bit of a stretch to return to the pawn shop to look for the Maltese bullfinch now that we know what we're looking for, even though we kind of thought that's what we were looking for from the photo.
Yeah. I'm trying fly airplane from deck from building.
Why don't you try putting the batteries in it then?
I haven't got the torch with me.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I mean, even if we put the batteries in it, we can't seem to throw it anyway.
No.
But it might just start up by itself. I'm grasping at straws here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also, in my head, I'd assumed that we needed to use the airplane on top of the Empire State Building once King Kong is
Yeah.
climbing the Empire State Building.
Yes, me too.
So I think, unfortunately, just wait outside the library till it opens.
Yeah, I guess so.
Might be the next thing to do.
The last time we were in the library, had we not read the banner yet? Have we been to the library since reading the
Yes.
banner?
Yeah,
I think
I'm
we
sure we
did.
did.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was no different.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Put batteries in airplane. I put the battery into the model airplane. It started instantly and sounding like a vegetarian with a severely radical problem, flew wretchedly away.
And
Oh, guys, so I guess we need to do that somewhere else.
It's gone. That's really clever because we were inside our own car.
Well, okay. I mean, theory proven.
Yeah.
Good thinking, Mike.
Yeah. Really good thinking. But
Bruh.
there was no hint about what kind of airplane it was or whether it needed anything to go. But yeah, it's just effed off. I mean,
Did it say it was noisy?
yes, it did.
Ah,
Think
there you
about
go.
a vegetarian.
So we did that in the library.
We do that in
maybe
the library. That's what we need to do in the library, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, reload.
I'll do it quickly enough. I might be able to get in before it shuts. Doubt it, actually. Did we get everything?
You either need the flashlight or the torch.
Oh, wait a minute. Start again. I was looking to make sure that this was the right save, and then I typed in the thing that I was looking at, not the thing that I wanted to get. This is definitely the right save. Key to safe. Yeah, so we need the bills and we need the battery. Okay.
I would have never, ever thought to try to get the batteries out of the flashlight, let alone put them in the plane.
Well, I tried to get them out and couldn't do it until Mike pointed out that if you say get batteries from flashlight, it works. I'm trying to open the torch. Okay, get out. South. Oh no, south again, isn't it? South. Enter. Leave. East. We're gonna make it north. Oh, god damn it! It literally chimed 6 p.m. as we arrived. That's 100 sleeps I've got to do now. 100.
Why do you need to do 100?
Because 50 will take us to midnight. And another 50 will take us to 6 a.m. when the library opens.
I think Lucy's questioning her life choices.
I am. This is
same.
not the first time I've done this, guys. Okay, it's midnight.
I don't know what library opens at 6 a.m., but I'm glad it does.
Hey, one time I walked up 102 steps of the Empire State Building before realizing that it was just doubling back on itself, and going down once would get me back to the foyer.
I've just realised I'm probably like really behind with this, but I took a photo of the list on the banner, and I've just realised that after return the library books, it says create diversion with KK. Presumably that means King Kong.
Mm.
You'd already figured that out, hadn't
Yeah,
you?
we had.
Okay.
Nice
Sorry.
one though. Yeah, I can't remember when we figured that out. Maybe it was when we were off stream. But yeah.
Oh, well, hang on a sec. Rose, you weren't here last week, were you?
No, but I did listen to the stream afterwards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we definitely did it. I'm sure we did it on stream. So I remember saying.
Yeah, you did talk a lot about the film. I don't know, actually. I think we did have a WhatsApp chat. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, I'm just caught up.
I mean, you can't have been listening intently.
I was kind of skipping ahead a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter because we don't have a King Kong.
But this isn't a list for us, is it?
No.
This isn't our list. It's someone else's list.
I'm glad Lucy's having a blast watching this.
And the other thing is that, so we've got this weird reference to King Kong and the Empire State Building, but it's also sort of intermixed with the Terry Pratchett librarian, and the name of the ferry is another reference to Terry Pratchett.
Yeah.
The orangutan.
That orangutan.
But yeah, how that's going to help us, I have no idea.
Oh yeah, you were suggesting we might just go and say ook to the librarian, weren't
Yeah.
you?
I did try that. And I'm just going to stand right in front of the librarian and put the batteries in.
I'm going to save.
Save.
I ram saved before we came in.
Okay.
Oh, fuck off. What the hell? Where are the batteries?
Christopher!
Are they still in the... Oh, fuck's sake. When I said get them out of the thing, I meant, like, keep them. Don't just leave them there.
If it's 6 o'clock by the time that you get
Shut up.
Could have spent any one of those 50 turns picking the damn batteries up.
Just don't.
I think if I was 100.
Oh, yeah.
It was 100. Right.
He's had a late night.
Put batteries in airplane. I put the battery into the model airplane. It started instantly and sounding like a vegetarian with a severely radical problem. Flew wretchedly away.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Do we have to let the plane loose somewhere else to distract the librarian?
That's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking potentially somewhere else in the library so that the
Well,
librarian...
I'm in the book stacks now.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, you want to go to the desk now?
I've gone to the desk.
Sorry, we're a bit behind you.
Sorry, yeah. No, there's literally nada.
Have you tried putting the batteries in the librarian?
Jesus Christ. It just says flew wretchedly away.
Okay, so maybe it's a distraction for the King Kong instead, and it's nothing to do with the librarian.
Well, surely the librarian is King Kong.
But it's not... I don't know. The plane feels more like an Empire State Building thing than a library thing. But currently, we've done nothing at the library, have we? We've not managed to actually achieve anything at the library.
And it doesn't like us. It doesn't like us asking people about things, does it? This game, it doesn't.
No.
No.
I can't spell graffiti. Beware the librarian. I mean, maybe we're supposed to do it in the foyer. Did I do this already?
You can't ask the librarian about the Maltese bullfinch or the plans or anything like that.
As soon as I start talking to the librarian, he shouts silence at me. Can't even type that far. Quiet, roared the librarian. She came rumbling over, screwed me up into a little ball, and kicked me out the door.
Can you ask her quietly?
Can you whisper?
I can't even write that much. I only get like one line.
Just write like whisper plans or whisper Maltese bullfinch.
The librarian just glared at me ferociously.
Whisper bullfinch to librarian?
Can we just pull a gun on the librarian and see what that does?
No, I don't think this line of inquiries. Maybe we should just try launching the plane off the observation deck and see what happens.
Why not? We haven't found any books here, have we? I mean, I know
No.
we're in the library.
just disappeared.
I mean, just to rule it out, can you try and drive to the Maltese bullfinch?
No.
Back to the pawn shop? I mean, we still haven't worked out how to open the cabinet or whether it's still there.
If we get pulled over by the cops, we're in trouble driving around with a leg in a
I know,
car.
someone's leg. Maybe that is the clue.
I mean, we kind of are the cops, aren't we?
Well, we're a PI.
Cops don't like PIs, so.
Get leg from librarian. Okay. Get things back. I just feel like we're really missing something. Like what?
And that's
What?
something. And it could be that we've actually got the right idea. We're just not pressing the right button.
Yeah.
Is there anything to interact with in the library at all, apart from the librarian?
No, there's just these three locations. Between the towering walls of books, and then books, 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 and then lost in the books. I mean, yeah, you can see the layout of it is here. There's the lobby, the librarian's main desk, and then if you kind of go left, it just comes back in here. If you go east and west, it just runs through these. North from these just doubles back each time. South from the desk gets to books, books, books. And east and west from there takes you to those two. And south from each of them takes you back. So... If you say get book, it says it wasn't here. There is a book somewhere.
You tried get plans.
Hmm. You'd think like Marlowe would have left something for us, or...
Can you remember what Marlowe said? Why was he coming here?
He was going to the library in central Manhattan to get some information. That's what he said. Not shoot the librarian. Nothing here worth wasting bullets on. Where else could we use an airplane? What are we missing? Like, what
other locations have we got? Because I'm wondering if just having been to the Statue of Liberty will trigger something to happen somewhere else.
Well, there's our office, the bank, Joe's diner, Ben's apartment. Those are things that are in part 1. What's this here? Oh, the police station. Oh, the police station and the office building where we went through the vents. That's also in part 1. And then in part 3, there's our apartment. There's the dame's apartment. There's Chinatown with Mr. Wang's and the Dragon Bar. And there's the pawn shop. And Battery Park and the Statue of Liberty. And then in part 2, stroke 3, there's Central Manhattan, which is this, with the Empire State Building and the library.
Would you like to know the specific incantation from the walkthrough?
Oh, is it something we've tried?
Yes.
Oh no.
What?
Is it in the library?
Whisper to librarian Bullfinch.
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Seriously? Whisper to librarian Bullfinch. My God, we were close.
I think we said whisper Bullfinch or something, didn't we?
We said whisper Bullfinch to librarian, which makes more sense.
Yeah. I think we said whisper to librarian Maltese as well. I was abbreviating Maltese Bullfinch to Maltese instead of Bullfinch. Shit, look at this. Well, we were right here. I'm going to have to reload because we haven't got the airplane anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, the librarian grimaced, pondering for a moment. Then irritably, she reached one huge hand down into the folds of her dress, fumbled for a moment before producing a crumpled newspaper, which she slammed down in front of me. Well, I'm going to ram load. We were so close, guys. That's crazy.
But even though we were close, we were desperately clutching at straws. There was no like indication that we were supposed to say that to the librarian. This is weird, this game.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't get the newspaper. Leave that newspaper, hissed the librarian, splintering walnuts in her hairy biceps.
We just have to read something, do we?
Yeah, read newspaper. It was a copy of the NYT a couple of months back. One fluorescently highlighted piece at the bottom of page 6 specially grabbed my attention. It read as follows. Rumours are rife that the fabled art treasure, the Maltese bullfinch, has surfaced in New York. The small black statue, stolen 4 years ago, was allegedly witnessed being ditched in the Central Park Lake. The lake has since been dragged, but there is no sign of the bullfinch. Has it gone again forever? The New York Times will tell. Okay.
New location.
New location. Central Park Lake.
Or at least Central Park.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly. Okay. Right, so you really can't do anything in central Manhattan unless you've been up the Statue of Liberty to discover the Maltese bullfinch.
We could barely do anything anyway, even though we had.
I think that's it though, isn't it? Like that piece of information, Maltese bullfinch, that's the new piece of information that you need to unlock the next bit of the puzzle.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. We've still got the battery, keys, gun, and airplane. Drive to Central Park. Okay. The only good thing you could say about Central Park South was that it was better than Central Park North, and that wasn't saying much, pal. A path led north into the greenery. North. I was on a path leading north through Central Park. All around, trees, shrubs, and grass grew slowly. Leaves fell. The noise of the city was audible to the south. Not entirely thrilling.
Search the shrubs, I guess.
Search shrubs and examine shrubs, nothing special. Trees, no. Grass, no. Presuming we can't go anywhere other than north. North. I was at a junction of paths. Ways led north, south, and west across the turf. A neat little herbaceous border sat in an almost entirely unobtrusive manner nearby. Examine border. Small and unobtrusive, decidedly unfestive. Can't get the border. Can't search it.
I wonder if it's on a search border for bullfinch.
No. The only thing we've ever had from searching something is be more specific, pal.
That was exactly what I was thinking, and hence.
All right.
Adding
being more
at the end,
specific.
doesn't.
Okay, north, south, and west across the turf. East is nothing. Let's try going west from here. I found myself in the middle of a whole bunch of bushes. Ways between them led north and east. I also noticed a kiddie's fishing net. Okay. I'm gonna run out of things.
You are.
So east presumably goes back to junction, right? So we go west. If we go north from here, I was in an expanse of grassy parkland. To the south was a sinister horde of bushes, and to the east a slight hill. So presumably east and then south will take us back to the junction. East, I stood on a small hillock somewhere in the southern half of Central Park. Paths led south, east, and west across the grass. Now noon. If I go south, I'm back at the junction. So north. Which is it from here? East again from here, where we haven't been yet. Yes. I stood by a small group of trees on a rolling hill. A path wound by north towards the lake and west towards a small hill. Examined trees, ash trees, several of them and quite young. One had something carved on it. IE plus SS, JC, MK, SM, LM, etc., etc. I think
Do you
that's
think the creators of the game, maybe?
well, I don't know. I think it's a joke about promiscuity.
All right.
Yeah, took me a while as well, but yeah.
Or
Okay.
a really, really good night.
Yeah, 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 or just yeah, polyamory. North. I stood on the south shore of the lake. The clear grey water stretched south a ways, with a path leading south and a bridge to the west. Clear grey water stretched south. We're on the south shore. That's a bit odd.
Is it time for some fishing?
Fish lake with net. Put net in lake.
Use net. Yeah.
Use net. Dip net in lake. Nope. Maybe we should just go on the bridge. Let's go west. I was by the Bow Bridge. It extended north across a narrow bit of the lake, while a path led east along the shore. I'm totally lost now, by the way. Okay. Go north across a narrow bit of the lake. I was on the Bow Bridge, a cleverly disguised walkway linking the north and south banks of the lake. Below, the water gurgled and lapped gently. Use net. Fish lake with net. Look at the net.
Look at the bridge. Sounds like a weird bridge.
I had a close look at the bridge. There was nothing particularly special about it, but I did notice a small whale swimming about in the water below. Cute. A whale.
Do you just get the whale?
Sure. It moved too quickly to be caught. Catch whale with net. We use a leg as bait.
Get whale with net? Use the leg as bait.
Move too quickly to be caught. We need to slow the damn thing down.
You're gonna have to kill it.
Yeah. Kill whale.
Oh my god, I bet it's eaten the Maltese bloody bullfinch.
Yes. Shoot whale. I lowered my rod and squeezed off a few slugs into the water. A moment later, klaxons blaring, the whale surfaced and dispiritedly capsized. Get whale. Using the net, I scooped the whale out onto the bridge. Okay. I examined the whale. I decided it was worth my while when out of the mouth fell the Maltese bullfinch.
Hooray!
Oh, what do you know?
Unbelievable. Fuck off. I couldn't carry any more.
You can drop the net.
Yeah,
Although it will be absolutely critical later.
I know. It will absolutely be. I'm going to redo all of this efficiently.
Yeah.
Okay. Open bullfinch. Break bullfinch. I
Why are you
smashed
trying to
open the
open it?
bullfinch and fragments flew everywhere. I was left with some documents. Oh. Read documents. The documents were utterly top secret Nazi plans on official toilet roll, detailing a scheme to create a drug which induced terminal goose stepping. It had been arranged that King Kong would create a diversion while the Nazis smuggled the professor who had developed the drug, the dame's snatched father, out of the city. Monstrous. Oh, do you know something? We never tried taking the banner, did we? Or the agenda from the wall in Kenmare Street.
Why do you think we need it?
Well, it's evidence, isn't it? We can take this to the police station.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
This is actual evidence.
I mean, aren't we now being told to go to the Empire State Building?
Yeah, let's go.
Are we?
Surely.
Yeah.
Where does it tell us to do that?
Where else is King Kong going to make the
I see.
diversion?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Monstrous. Hint, hint. Okay.
Or do you think that the plan will unfold at the very moment that we discover it?
I think that little airplane's going to come into its own.
There's still places we haven't been in Central Park. Just gone north, carried on going north along the Bow Bridge. A path wound west along the shore. On the north bank of the lake, to the east was the Bow Bridge, and a narrow, hardly beaten at all track twisted its way north. Roughly halfway up Central Park, a dotted red line extended across the north-south path I was following, and a small notice board stuck up limply out of the grass. The notice board read, Central Park Rangers wish to point out that the area north of this dotted red line is dangerous. Persons entering it do so at their own risk. The city will not be held responsible for loss of sanity, limb, life, illness, moral degradation, wanton damage to personal property, attack by alien spacecraft, etc., etc. Okay, what happens if we go north? I found myself in the northern extremity of Central Park. This was a rough area. Looking around, I could see that even the trees carried switchblades. There wasn't much happening just now, though. Just a tramp sleeping off his root beer under a tree, a dog being obscene with his leg, an old granny on a park bench doing her knitting. Suddenly, the old granny turned to face me, and gee, was I ever shocked. She was black, and she had a moustache. As she stood up, 7 feet tall, if she was an inch, she dropped the wig and said, Hey dude, y'all's gonna pay for busting my brother's dinner. Hey dude, y'all gonna pay for busting my brother's dinner money business. Turned to the dog, now smoking a butt and replacing its shades, commanded, Kill! The dog, a mean-looking Highland Terrier, came scampering over to savage my feet. Then, a gunshot rang out and everything went black. There we go. You've beaten 70% of this particular case. You've entered 581 commands. So the investigations were over. Another try, maybe.
I mean, it did try to warn us.
Yes. Well, seeing as it's 8 o'clock, I thought.
Yeah.
Might as well
Absolutely.
finish exploring Central Park before we head back.
Splendid.
I mean, if we had the leg on us, would that have happened?
Could have fended the terrier off with the leg, you mean? Tossed it as bait. Well, that's a lot of progress, and you know, I think we did solve that. I don't accept that it wasn't down to us that we needed the walkthrough to figure out that the thing that we were whispering was phrased the wrong way.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice job. A productive session.
I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of having a whale in the lake that we can capture and pull in with a child's net.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's a
think-
silly game.
Yeah, I think the term overthinking it.
Yes.
All right, cool, great.
Yeah, nice one. All right. Thanks, everybody. Maybe, I mean, we've done 70%. So I think we
Don't
need
jinx
to.
it. Don't jinx it.
No, okay, fine. I'll go and try a few things out as well, and try and like do an efficient run through by next time. And I guess the next thing to do is to take that document to the police and see what happens.
Do you want to go and grab
Or
the?
that and go to the Empire State Building.
Did you want to grab the banner as well?
Yeah.
In your.
I'll go and see if we can take it.
Okay.
You too. All right, everybody. Thanks.
See you next week.
Bye, Lucy. Hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.
See ya.